Hi, everyone. Thanks for tuning in. I want to just have a little bit of a chat about mentoring and why it's important, specifically if you are studying energy healing, or if you are embarking on a life that seeks to understand laws of energy or wants a different way of approaching life. Okay, so we can all kind of see that there are particular, even reality TV shows now, that have the mentoring built in with them, and they're affirming. For example, MasterChef, The Voice, Australian Idol, or American Idol, where they build in a mentoring system. And what it is essentially guidance. So it doesn't have to be in energy healing, but what you gain from that is pairing with someone who knows an industry, who understands the challenges, the struggles, the roadblocks, and actually has the experience to see yourself through it. I remember listening to a series of CDs. So I'm going back from Caroline Mice, who's just a forerunner in this field, an absolute pioneer whom I respect greatly. And she was talking about guidance for energy healers or healers and who are working with energy. It was a four CD set, and she talked about the importance of having mentorship because you're dealing with essentially a force of nature. So I think you can amplify the need for mentoring when you enter energy studies or when you are fascinated and committed to a life of using energy and energy laws and energy systems. I remember listening to that CD and I thought, she's absolutely right. Boy, I wish I had that. And in a sense, I did. I did have a teacher whom I just had 4 lessons with, and that was okay. But it was private, okay, and it's someone who is guiding a way and a very different way of thinking, viewing the world, and is ready for the challenges that come up within yourself as you enter this area. So that kind of really inspired me to fully understand what it is, I suppose, that we're always working with. And from that point, a real commitment with whatever that we do at Jamie Natural Health and Healing for the mentoring to be built in and private. So from that point, I kind of really looked at our courses and programs that we offer and made a commitment to private tutorial, because then what you are doing and the mentoring that you're doing for that person is specific to their needs. You are there not to actually hold their hand, but to provide the guidance that is customized. And it really is quintessential, because in the field of energy, there's not a lot of people who understand what you're doing, what you're going through, or can even recognize sometimes what you're talking about. So that really inspired me, and it really kind of shifted the way that that I personally, or at Jamie Natural Health and Healing, do or syllabalize and characterize our courses. It's all private. My name is Donna. I've been Donna Sue Robson. I've been an energy healer, a practitioner for over 25 years, and I pioneered a specific modality called Vibrational Balancing from Jamie Natural Health and Healing. We do have 2 other accredited teachers who also include mentoring in the courses that they offer. So I just wanted to break down how we actually build mentoring into that. It's not that when you do a course with us, you're there forever. It's just that we are very aware that you are embracing intuitive learning, which is not just guesswork. It's not just feeling a vibe. It's highly, highly, highly refined channeling, extremely detailed, and you are in fact working with the force of nature. So we guide you through it. It is a very different way of learning. It is a very different way of thinking, and forget all the jargon and just the positive thinking. It's not on the mental plane. It does require guidance, and it requires a real understanding of the way things operate. So it's essential that it's in all our courses and programs. So the first way that we do it is that, People used to call it counselling within our vibrational balancing sessions. And it does have that, but it's got more of an intimacy than just counselling. The vibrational balancing practitioner is actually there with you. And because they're actually channeling all the time and working with you, there is a lot of mentoring in that process. Yeah, we want to know what's going on. We are working for you for the idea of change. Yeah, and we don't just leave you tasks to do. That is what the energy does after that. We actually change the energy, always working beside you. In distant healings, there's always follow-up. We want to know what's in play, where you're at, and help you actually understand that process. Just because something hasn't happened yet, it doesn't mean the energy is in process, and you need to be able to understand that. So that's why we have follow-up, okay? And we always want to hear from you with things like that. Okay, so it's in our vibrational balancing sessions. We sit down, have a chat, work out with you, and we develop a relationship with you because we're on your side and we actually want to help you and stand with you. Okay, always working together. Once you have that permission, you can just simply go deeper. Yeah, in a very non-threatening, easy kind of way where the work is done for you, but we explain how the energy works. Otherwise, it's too far in the schools of mystery for it to be conscious for you. So we want you to understand that. And that, for a lot of people, starts off the whole journey of working with energy. Okay, that aside, then there are courses that we offer. So, and it can be really done however you want it to be done. So not everyone who is interested in energy and understanding more wants to be a healer. So we create customized courses for you. That's all with your permission, approval, and consultation, and we take you through that process in whatever course that we create for you, which is customized. There is mentoring in it. There has to be. We're guiding you through, and the difference between a healing session and the actual courses is that it is coming through consciously for you immediately so that you can then put it in practice for a specific goal. So it is about when you want to learn. Yeah, and sometimes when you have something specific. So we've written courses for higher executive function, for example, specific moving and embracing different archetypes, or sometimes it's simply mentoring when someone is at a very key point, challenge, or crossroad in their life, and we're there and we guide you through so that we can break down different ways that you need to approach it, how to reframe it. It's not just about reframing it. How do you actually do that? How do you approach things at a higher symbolic level that cover all the basics and move you forward and up? They're written for you, okay? There are also a couple of instances where it's been appropriate, where a couple of people who have just got on extremely well, that I do mentoring with a pair, okay, every month. That's just evolved over time because those two people work extremely well together and wanted to actually learn together. That is rare. Pretty well, apart from that one pairing, everything that we do is private for the reasons I've already outlined. But that's also something that is like part of a management program, where sometimes you just want assistance, know someone's there, and actually always wanting to move forward without necessarily a big healing or a whole course. That can be done with someone that you already know, or with someone that you already know, in this case, if you are listening on YouTube, which obviously you are. So that can be done. And then there's mentoring within our flagship course, which is, flagship courses. One is channeling and automatic writing. How do you actually work through those challenges of working through an unknown? It's a really big thing. Yeah, challenges come up: fear, doubt, argument, defense. How do you actually work through that? That's why we teach privately, to get you through that and to recognize when those road bumps are there and to work through it. Because without that, people, even when they learn channeling, then they don't go and do it. They don't go far enough and they don't know how to work out something themselves. So it's in our foundation course. And then if you choose to basically go on to the healing stream, which is vibrational balancing, mentoring, because it is done privately, is inbuilt in each level of the course. It's not about telling you what to do. It's about guiding you through not just the program, the skills, the syllabus, but how you're actually coping with it, okay? And what has come up for you. We go through that and we work through it with you to the point where if you're really, really devoted and get to level 3 of vibrational balancing, there is 12 months of mentoring after course completion with my third year students. Because how do you then start a healing practice? What comes up only at the point of a healing practice? Heaps. Yeah. And that is also at that level a mentoring session every month to look through very specific things of setting up a healing practice. Okay, so that's the rundown. I hope that's helpful. I guess the main takeaways is the private aspect and the fact that we recognize it. It really is essential when you are dealing with energy studies of any kind, energy healing, and also again through the vibrational balancing sessions where someone is there walking you through, because we do care and do know that it needs to become conscious. How do you actually do that? And we're there for you. So if that differs interest or resonates, please go to the website. Thanks heaps for listening. If you can, just share or give us a like. It does really, really help this message and the field of energy healing work just get around so it's easier for everyone. See you later.